Hey everyone, RSQS here, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD Hero Mode. I am gonna go ahead and run, because I want to get to a certain area before it gets daytime. Anyway, last time, we finished up in Upper Zora's River. We did a canoe minigame, which we will be going back to at some point, but not right now. And we also did a very long cave that took us way over time. Yeah, that happened. But it wasn't as bad as I remember, and this time we're finally going to be going back to main story progress. That was worded strangely. But real quick, I want to get this Poe. I see there's a Poe up there, and I wanna. Okay. Right, I always forget. Come on down. What's that myth? Anyway. Got it. Another Poso. We're about to get quite a few coming up, which is good, but there we go. Don't know why I talked to the mid now. Force of habit, I guess. Anyway, we have this giant, like, random tower, which I want to say is a lighthouse, but at the same time, I know it's not possibly, because, well, one, this lake really isn't big enough for boats, and two, where the heck would you get a boat into this lake from? You know, aside from the boat we took to get down to the lake last time, but, that's like a canoe. I thought it was about time for you to arrive. Master Link, is it? You do know Toma, don't you? I am Aru, a part of the group that Toma kindly allows to meet at her bar. I have heard all about your deeds from her. Now, you have a courageous youth. Want to rephrase that? You've been a courageous youth. You have likely heard of the strange events in the desert and come to investigate, no? Or am I mistaken? You do know, don't you, Master Link? The Gerudo Desert once held a prison built to hold the worst criminals this land has ever known. The criminals who are sentenced to death were sent directly to the underworld by a cursed mirror that was kept in the prison. That went really fast. Now that prison is condemned, and even the road into the desert is impassable. The desert at World's End. It still holds the cursed mirror and the malice of the doomed inmates. These old bones know that the evil currently plaguing Hyrule is related to this wicked place, so I have come to learn the truth. Master Link, I must ask, what will you do now? Don't tell me you plan to enter the desert and confirm my suspicion with your own eyes. Sure, I got nothing better to do. Is that so? Then let good old Aru help you out. You see Lake Hylia below us. A man named Fryer runs an amusement ride of sorts there. Give him this. Yes, he runs an amusement park in Lake Hylia. I mean, if you combine that with the chicken fly minigame, I guess so. Anyway, we got Aru's memo. Yeah, we can try it. See, long ago, I saved this man Fryer's life. I cannot read tonight, my god. And now he cannot refuse me if I ask it. I'm just done with that. I'm done with that sentence. If you leave the rest up to Fryer, all should go well. Okay, so we see the desert there, but we can't actually get to it from right here. We need to go talk to, Mr. Cannon guy down there. There's a Poe in that island. I'm not flying to it. The only way to get that is a sticker minigame, and I'm not doing that again. Also, ow! That should have totally broken Link's legs. Yeah, let's head on back to the cannon guy, Cass. Yeah, we're finally getting back to the main story. It's been like, what, 3-4 episodes of literally nothing but side quest stuff. I liked it at first, but man, it kinda dragged on after the fishing hole. Not gonna lie. Like, I guess I need to start just limiting that to at most 2 episodes until I get near the end of the OP, I guess, which isn't terribly far off. Actually, well, maybe not at about the midpoint. No, I'd say we're still relatively early game still. Getting close to midpoint, though, I'd say. I mean, we're almost at 10 heart containers. Actually, we might have 10. Yeah, we have 10 hearts, unless I really just badly miscounted. Wow, I hope I didn't. Yeah, we have 10 hearts, so technically we're already halfway there. Here, have a letter. I'm the mailman. From Odaru, huh? Oh well, I guess I ought to do what the old coot says. Oasis flight, right? So here you go. One of our secret options not available to the general public. This time's all paid for, so what do you say? You wanna go? Yep, I'll go. Alrighty then, but remember, next time you gotta pay. Sweet selling, buddy of mine. One for Oasis? Fire in the hole! Are y'all ready to head to the desert? Don't worry, you can totally come back, like, via warping, so there's no problem. Welcome to the Gerudo Desert.
In here.
Wait, Blink? Before we go on, there's something I want you to hear. Do you remember what the spirit said about the Fused Shadow? What do you think happened to the magic weirdos who tried to rule the Sacred Realm? They were banished. They were chased across the sacred lands of Hyrule and driven into another realm by the goddesses. It was another world entirely, the antithesis of Hyrule, where the sun shines bright. Its denizens became shadows that could not mingle with the light. Eventually, most came to call it the Twilight Realm, and from it, none could return to the world of light. They were forever doomed to live in the twilight, flitting to the half-light flitting to the half-light of dusk, mere shadows of Hyrule. I almost made it too perfect. This is the history of the Twilight, as it has been passed down from our ancestors. Do you now understand what I am? I'm a descendant of the tribe that was banished to the Twilight Realm. It was a peaceful place, until Zant took control of the Twilight Realm and transformed all of the Twilight into Shadow Beasts. It's clear to me now that he somehow gained a great evil power previously unknown to our tribe. In any case, I was sent from there, and could no longer get into the Twilight Realm without his power. But there's another tale told by my people. Though the goddesses forbade us to return to the world of light, they left one link between the light and the darkness. Something called the Mirror of Twilight was passed to the protectors of Hyrule. It's our only path to the Twilight Realm, and we must get there. You'll come with me, won't you? now that we have a slightly better grasp of the situation, we have a giant area to explore. However, I will tell you this straight up, it's giant but relatively empty. This is probably the emptiest version of Gerudo Desert, like, ever. Except maybe Ocarina of Time, but... the desert in Ocarina of Time is usually not the highlight of the Gerudo area in that game. Real quick, if we check our minimap, we'll see that with this area, we filled out the entirety of Hyrule's map. We've been to every area, including Snow Peak technically. We've not been there long, but we've at least filled the map out. Yeah, with this, we've been to every area on the map that, like, loads a new section of map. So that's already pretty exciting. We can also see Lake Hylia back in the distance. This lake, like, the desert really runs right up on the lake. Also, be very careful going across the desert, as there are random chasms right in the middle of the desert that you will not see until you get right up to them, and I don't understand. On a different note, these things, P-hats, you can claw shot them and hold on to them, and they're a pretty good way to cross chasms, except I am apparently not close enough. Okay. How about now? You know what, forget it. I know that's not a hard piece. Wolf! No. What? I was pressing up! What? Why you... Okay. Well, there goes 2 hearts. Thanks. Dang. But yeah, it's a big desert, but there really isn't actually that much to do here. But there are quite a few things. Right, these things. They're like the freaking Tremors from that, well, Tremors movie. In fact, I think that might be what they're called or something like that, or a sandworm or something. But you can hookshot them out of the ground to essentially make them completely vulnerable. They're actually pretty weak enemies, but they're also incredibly annoying and will not stop. Case in point. You can also technically hit them in the air, but this is far better. You gotta be fast though, because they will go back to the ground pretty quickly. Yeah, we actually have a few areas that we can go. Over there is story, but there's a few other things around here. I wouldn't mind taking a look around. So we got a chest up here. We should be able to... Yeah, we can cross up the tree. I guess this is where P-hats come from? These little weird stalk tree things? Or maybe it's not where they come from. Maybe that's just the end result after they stop flying around. I don't know P-hat biology. I don't know the biology of this fictional creature that really doesn't make sense. On an unrelated note, we also have 2 golden bugs here in the desert to look for, so we need to keep an eye out for them. And I believe one of them is around here, I want to say. That's another pitfall. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie either, the map here is not terribly helpful, other than getting your bearings as to where you are. Oh yeah, another thing. Tremors, they're not smart. They will fly into their death, and it is the greatest thing ever. That we just... Okay. That's fun. I'll put that there. Yeah, honestly, you might be better off not dealing with them. Ah, there's a golden bug right there. Come here. Come here. Golden bug. Nope. Golden bug. Got a dayfly. Okay, I actually didn't know that one was right there, so that means I know, but I do kind of know where the other one is, and I don't actually think it's all that far. This is another crack. Yep. Oh, there's a treasure chest over here. I will say I've never really taken the time to explore this desert all that much, just because there's not much here. It's It's surprisingly empty. Like, there's plenty of chests with, like, goodies and rupees and stuff, but there's not much to it. I will say, it does remind me a lot of the Gerudo Desert of Breath of the Wild, though. Just a general look and the vast flatness of this area. Well, relative flatness, but I kind of prefer Breath of the Wild's desert over this, not gonna lie. Wow, they are really coming. I'm actually gonna die of these things if I don't deal with them, aren't I? There we go. I think it's somewhere around this area. Yeah, I hear a twinkling, so the golden bug is somewhere around here. Where did that one find it go? They're just getting stuck down there, aren't they? They can't actually get out. I thought I heard something. Maybe I got mistaken. Also, there's a chest over there, but we can't actually get it right now. There's also a statue of an owl, which I feel like we might have seen before. Might have to keep that in mind for something, I guess, but nothing to do right now. Ah, bug. Grab it, grab it. Got the other day fly. Okay, that's both Gerudo Desert bugs. That's pretty fast, all things considered. Anyway, we've made it to this giant, like, white obelisk thing. We can cross-shot our way. We can cross-shot our way up here. Come on. Okay. It's been a while since I've used a claw shot in, like, any real fashion. Not gonna lie. For sure, the last time I used a claw shot was the water temple, like, in, like, any major fashion, and for me, that's actually a few weeks ago now. Looks like Zant sent some more, Twilight monsters. Now that we actually know, we now know they're actually just people from the Twilight realm, but now they're demons, I guess? I don't know the logistics. Can we do this again? Come on. I'm right here. Notice me. Notice me, senpai. Well, I tried it the hard way. Now we're doing it the easy way. That camera angle seems wrong. Okay, that's out of the way now. Yeah, we have this giant, like, white obelisk up here. Okay, climb. I do like the detail how this desert just kind of seems to keep going from this point. That's kind of unique. Minna? What is this thing? Well, it's something we seem to be able to warp. Well, you may remember a certain time we had to transport a bridge from Thurin Woods to the Elden Province in order to get the Paprika Village. The Elden Province seems to have a problem with bridges getting stolen, so let's check out the Bridge of Elden. It's an area we have not been able to warp to before because, well, the bridge is gone. This looks familiar, though. Wow, did that one take a little more strength, Midna? Dang. A little harder? And with that, we've finally repaired the Bridge of Elden, and Nehru and Elden provinces are now directly connected once more. It's just like that one Super Smash Bros. Stage! Yeah, I'm not being coy about it at all. No, I didn't want to... Back! Midna, warp. That's all I want to do. There's nothing here to do right now. So we're just gonna warp right back to where we were in the desert. Because it looks like the bridge was actually covering something up. Okay, let's go ahead and turn back the link. It looks like there's some sort of cave here. Let's walk on in real quick. Spooky. Your power is a gift, given only to those with confidence to wield it. Do not jump down here yet. Although, I did just think of something that might make this very useful in hero mode, but even still. Okay, he's noticed me. Anyway, I was just pondering in my mind whether I should actually do this yet or not, at least a little bit, but this is something I've been a little coy about all LP. Also, I'm aware of how dark it is. Don't worry. That is. This is the Cave of Ordeals. It is a 100-floor dungeon with enemies on each floor, and they constantly get harder. There are very few opportunities to heal in this dungeon. It's essentially a monster gauntlet that is already pretty dang hard when you're not in hero mode, and is made ridiculous when you're in hero mode. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I have never even attempted this dungeon before. But I intend to in hero mode. I do not intend to today, however. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up, you can't finish this dungeon at the moment. There are certain points that will block you off unless you have a certain dungeon item. And as you can probably guess, considering this is the first time we're ever even able to come here, we don't have a single one of those later dungeon items. So we will get blocked off pretty early on. However, if we wanted, we could go a little further in here, and we would be able to go, I think about 20 floors in is the limit, until we hit a point where we would get a warp, or the option to warp out of the dungeon. If we got that far, and we were able to survive that far, I can tell you right now what the reward is. Fairies will be released to the Ordon Spring, which, the only reason I'm telling you this is because that is an incredibly useful, and I cannot stress this enough, that is an incredibly useful thing for hero mode. And I am really talking myself into doing this, like, the more I say it. But I don't think I'm going to unless I just feel that I'm really hurting. The idea I have planned for this at the moment is post-game live stream, is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I will live stream the Cave of Ordeals near the end of the LP. That's the plan currently. Now I might deviate from that and maybe do that one area earlier. I am wasting my time. Like, I cannot stress how big it is to have a fairy spawned in the Ordon Spring. That is extremely out of the way, but the thing is, we have a warp right to that spring. And now that we have the ability to warp anywhere, it's not that far out of the way anymore. Like, I'm not doing it because sake of LP continuity, but if you want to do it, go for it. There is no reason not to, because I will tell you right now, the first 20 floors aren't all that hard. Like, don't get me wrong, in hero mode, they are hard. And the main reason I'm not doing it now is because I am not prepared. But keep in mind, the option is definitely there. Now, this might be the one time I wouldn't mind doing some scouting. Let's take a look. Is there any more? Ah, yep, there's one more. Glad I noticed. And I think that's all of them. Yeah, normally I actually don't use the Hawkeye, but it's something I'm trying to use more often, and it is useful. It is a useful item. I seem to recall myself saying earlier in the lines of that it's not terribly useful. I just noticed, you can see the portal over Lake Hylia from here. Like, that's the Lake Hylia portal, but that's a different map. Kinda odd that they'd load that in. Also, what the heck? Anyway, on a side note, you can actually ride these boars like a horse, but if you press A to speed up, they go crazy. And they can actually destroy a lot of the staff holding. The downside, it is very hard to control. And when I say it's very hard to control, I mean it is very hard to control, and you also cannot get off. Unless you ram into a wall like that. What's this treasure chest? It was pretty out of the way. Probably like 50, 100 rupees, something like that. Or, you know, 20. Sure. Yeah, back to what I was talking about earlier though. We're gonna be doing the... Why is this screen tilted? We're gonna be doing the Cave of Ordeals as a post-game live stream. Now, unless I just get absolutely stuck on something and actually think the Cave of Ordeals first 20 floors would be easier, that's something for later. But don't worry, I do intend to do this, and this brings up a good time to talk about something else as well. The Wolf-Link amiibo. The Wolf-Link amiibo is something exclusive to the HD Wii U version of this game. And what that amiibo does is, when you use it, and it's only opened once you turn back into normal Link upon beating the Baron Woods Hero of Light trial, what it does is that it will take you to some kind of weird alternate realm thing, where you do another 100-floor trial, very similar to the Cave of Ordeals, and at least I believe it's 100 floors. I've never done it to completion either, but I know the basics of it. I don't know it as well as the Cave of Ordeals, though. But that is a very similar style dungeon. The difference, you can only do that one as Wolf-Link, which is a blessing and a curse in some areas, as I recall. I played a little bit of it, and it was pretty easy in some parts and hard in others. However, you're left with the same restrictions as the Cave of Ordeals, except as Wolf-Link, you can't heal. Which, in my opinion, actually makes that harder than the Cave of Ordeals, especially on Hero mode. Okay, Link, please stop. But yeah, I also plan to tackle that in a post-game live stream, just because I might be able to get through the Cave of Ordeals first try. I am less certain about getting through the Wolf-Link amiibo trial, which that is called the Cave of Shadows, which pretty fitting name, all things considered. Okay, looks like we're done with the desert plains there. Desert blank. Good grief. I guess we're done with the giant field of desert. We're also approaching time, in fact we've hit it, but we have a wolf and a Poe. I'm gonna ignore the wolf real quick and get the Poe. There are actually... Whoa, God. That didn't work. There are actually quite a few Poe souls around Gerudo Desert, but most of them are definitely here. And I prefer to go after these because I'm only going after 20. I'm not going after all of them because things have changed the Poe Hunt in the Wii U version, but it's not that much different. The reward is really not different. Also, I don't know if I've showed this off. The sword in hand returned to me. You can actually talk to Golden Wolf as, well, a wolf. I never actually looked at what happens if you try and transform in front of him, so what does this do? Oh, it's just immediate. We meet again. The last skill I have to teach you. Blah 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 blah. Wow, I really cannot read tonight. I am so sorry, guys. At last, the skills I have to teach you have entered the realm of true secrecy. They are forgotten ways that do not leave our bloodline. Wow, that is so sad that I could not read that easily. Among the techniques I shall be teaching you are some that may even endanger you. Do you feel ready to learn these skills? I do. I also feel ready to get a sip of water. I think that's part of my problem. Very well. Yes, test the helm splitter. Yes, come at me. It was... Right. I'd actually forgot, I'm not gonna lie. Also, whack. Excellent. The fifth hitting skill is the Mortal Draw. Let it be hewn into your mind. The ways of the sword are known to many creatures, and some have strengthened their guards against shield attacks and back slices. Should you encounter such a foe, the Mortal Draw that I'm about to teach you is most effective. You must sheath your sword and cast the most basic of sword skills, the ZL target. You must wait until your foe is upon you. Then, before your enemy can see through your ruse, you must quickly draw your blade with A and slash their head off, as you almost did mine. There is no defense for this. The Mortal Draw deals death. Very well, now try it. Okay, so we have an attack that no enemy can defend against through, unless they're just straight up armored. Right. I like that. So we have to put it away, and then quickly draw. That is surprisingly powerful, trust me. The fifth hitting skill has been passed on. If I recall correctly, that's the same power as a jump attack, but is probably somewhat faster. Not safer though, definitely not safer. That actually is very risky to use, especially in hero mode. There are only 2 hitting skills left for us to learn. God! This game is going so fast! Do not neglect your daily sword training between now and the next time you learn the next. And we meet again. I'm pretty sure I butchered the thing of it. Man, this game is going so fast! Which is fine. I already have my next LP. I already have my... Why have I had 3 hearts? When did this happen? Oh well. I already have my next LP planned out, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, with that, we're gonna head further into the Gerudo Valley. Gerudo Valley? Wrong game. The Gerudo Desert. And, head to the, ancient prison here. Next episode. So thank you for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD Hero Mode. I've been KOS, and I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!